Hello, Teresa. You're the first one here.
Hi, sorry, just getting me computer on.
That's fine. Everyone else is coming in now. We're good.
Sorry, I've had a long day. I've just I don't know if I can do. I've got a lot going on with 3 different parents, but I will try and do the weekend.
I know, sweetie, and I think about you, and I know it's a hard thing to have with the parents.
Just trying to juggle it.
My mother is like, this is the same thing I'm dealing with my mother now, and
How are you?
like she, like the older she gets now, and she has all these problems, but like she's 89, but she just has these panic attacks, which are the worst, right? So it's like, oh my God. So I was dealing with that this morning.
Oh, okay.
Sarah.
We're at that age. I'm at that age anyway, Valerie.
Yeah, I know. All right, Sarah, you're in. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes. And yeah. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, have you guys ever seen this pillow? This is Scott. It's upside down. He's got my back. It says, I got your back, Scott Cargill. Oh, I see. It's right side up. The reason I thought it was upside down is because for some reason my lens, my flip up thing is upside down. So I have to get my guy to fix that before this weekend. Anyway, Scott gave these out, you guys, to casting directors like a long time ago, 7 or 8 years ago. It says, I got your back, Scott Cargill. And he had this casting director that called him in all the time. She's like, that pillow is my dog's favorite pillow at home. So like this casting director saw his face all the time, which I love because he gave. And here I'm using the pillow now. Oh, look what I got. This is so cute. I got the little bag that's on the website. And for you guys that have VIP tickets, get your shirts ordered. If you haven't, and maybe some of you guys have gotten them so far. There's going to be like a water, I'm waiting for the thermos thing. Have we done that yet, Sarah, the thermos thing?
They just gave me approval over the weekend to create it. So it should be done by the end of the day and up on the site.
Yay, I want one of those. They're cute, and they're really cute. We got our t-shirts all ready to go. We're going to wear them on day 1. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Let's start. Listen, I just need to tell you this. If you have not gotten your ticket for Game Changer, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and if you're VIP, it starts Thursday night. If you have not gotten your ticket yet, I have to shut the tickets off as of Wednesday at midnight because I have to put you guys all in your pitch rooms. Well, I don't, Sarah is, and it takes a lot of effort. And then once the event is up, it's up. For you guys that were in the pitch class and were promised the names, we still have people confirming to be there on Sunday for the pitching. So that's why we haven't sent you the list. And so, we might have to send you a partial list just so double check it when you get it again on Monday. For you guys that were in the pitch class, you were promised that. So we will do our best to get that to you, okay? It's just that people are literally still confirming right now. And so it's like not complete, right? And so I don't want to send you an incomplete list. You cannot, we are going to put you in the rooms according to where you live, right? And so that's what we're doing. That's how that works. And that's on Sunday of the event. By the way, if you are just coming to pitch and you're not going to be there for the other 2 days, that's not cool with me. It's because it's about changing the way that you are doing your current business, and that doesn't happen in 1 day, 3 days, really, but the whole event is designed to take you on a journey. Now, if you're a client and you previously discussed this with me or your coach, that's a totally different story. But for you guys that are not, clients of Actors Fast Track, like, don't just come on, this isn't a casting workshop. Okay, this is an event, and part of that event is pitching yourself to customers, but it's not the entire event. Okay, because there's a lot of what we're going to cover during the 3 days. All right, so do your best for you guys that do have tickets to be there for all 3 days. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it goes till 6 p.m. Eastern time. There will be breaks. Don't worry, plenty of bio breaks and food breaks, and where we give you time to go. And for you guys that are doing the VIP ticket, we have 3 amazing producers that are going to eat with us on Sunday in the VIP luncheon. And you're going to want to get your questions ready for them. Okay. And so, Sarah, can we tell them who those people are yet or no?
I'm waiting for them to confirm if I can share their names.
Okay.
Some companies don't let us.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
So we might be able to tomorrow.
Yeah. And so for you guys that have a VIP ticket, like I'm looking right next at Jamie, and I know he has one, then you want to join, you're going to be able to eat with us at 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. We're sending you an Uber Eats gift card. You can either choose to use it then or whenever you want to use it. And if you want to eat with us, or you just want to be present during that lunch so you can ask the producers questions, it will start at 1 p.m. Eastern time for you guys that are asking. And then the pitching starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that's how that works. All right, so enough about the event, but if you do want to get a ticket, you have until midnight Pacific time, and we're going to shut them down just because it's an organization hell, right? As you can imagine, we have an amazing team that's going to be with us, and you'll get to know all of those people. Okay, so on to the challenge. All right, so now you have 4 days with me to write and put together your pitch for the event if you're coming. And if you're not coming, your pitch for one of the people or someone that works for one of the people that you wrote on your list. So if your whole list is like Steven Spielberg and, that level, you're going to want to narrow that down to someone that's smaller. So for instance, on LinkedIn, you could search, you could search people that work for DreamWorks, right? And so you could find like an associate producer or something like that, or go to a production company that's under Steven Spielberg, like in one of his films, and see if you can go through that production company and look for a lesser name, right? Because I want you to be able to send your pitch, right? Or if there's a casting director that you want to pitch to, go ahead and pitch. If it's a specific pitch for something that is coming up that you want to pitch yourself for, then great. But for the purpose of the Game Changer on Sunday, you're going to be doing a general pitch. All right. Now, remember this. It's 1 minute. That's what you will get. So it can't go over 1 minute. If you do 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and that's all you have for the pitch and you feel good about it, great. It's not about the amount of what you put in there. It's about the delivery, right? And there will be winners for each pitch room, but just because you don't win doesn't mean your pitch wasn't good. They sometimes choose the winner because it made them laugh or whatever. Right. But so don't be concerned about winning the room. Just be concerned about telling them who you are and how you fit into the stories they're telling. Right. So, you know, if you do have credits or major auditions, major credits and major auditions, and you want to flaunt those a little bit, please do, because that also gives them the confidence that they can put you in their project. So say it's like an MFA student from Chapman who's getting ready to do his thesis to the tune of like 100 grand, right? And he's going to be the next, you know, Wes Anderson, right? And he sees you, but he's spending a lot of money on this film, right? A lot of money. And, you know, an MFA is probably 200K at least, right? And so he's spending a lot of money on this film and he thinks you're right for the role. And then you go on to say you have credits and blah, 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 blah. This guy, the people that are at Chapman, NYU, at AFI, Columbia, like those USC, those schools that are MFA, you guys, they're hiring major casting directors to cast their films, right? So if he sees you or she sees you, and then she's like, yeah, I want you. And then you give him a little of that. And don't worry, if you don't have credits, then don't, right? Say that if you don't have credits, then don't worry about it. All I'm saying is the credits can sometimes help like them to make a decision if they're like, oh my God, this person is perfect for my film I'm doing. Oh my God, they have credits. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get their information. Right? And so, and those people, I did a film that was NYU Masters, won Sundance. She went on to discover Jennifer Lawrence, Deborah Granick. I did another film with Barbara Stempansky. I started the other way, like I got cast in a professional film when she was right out of AFI. But then I did another film with her that did even more. That was just something she did at her house. And the girl that played the lead had been with her since she was at USC. So like you also like can get on board with the director very early on. Don't forget that, especially if you're trying to win an Oscar. That's like what your dream is. And like you're kind of wanting to go on that modality, that direction. So in these pitches, what's most important is like what I get you right away. And that doesn't mean that you tell me you play all these different characters, because I don't get that. I don't understand what that is. It has to be clear about who you be. And then if you have any special skills or bookings to back that up, right? Like I can say, you know what? Hi, I'm Valerie Hubbard. I'm the adorable bully. Of course, I'm going to give you a listing of my credits because I have a shit ton of them. But I'm going to say, you know, I'm the boy and ballsy broad who will take you to the fun house. Probably not even going to say that. I'm the adorable bully. So on the adorable side, she's still kind of a bully, but she's kind of that nosy next door neighbor who's always in your business. I play her all the time. And on the total bully side, I play white trash, dumb as a bucket of hair, racist generally, you know the drill, you know, that woman, right? And I play her a lot on different levels. And so I'm going to tell them exactly what I do. So if they're doing a master's thesis project about January 6th, they're going to hire me. Mace, remember that girl? They had Mace, they maced me, right? I'll play her, right? Yes, I will. So if they're going to do that, then they know, oh, that's a girl, and look at all her credits. I'm going to put her in a film, my film, right? So show them what you do, demonstrate that, and if you can say, I did it in this one, or give me a little acting because you are an actor, like to show me that you play that part. And then like, you know, I do action and, you know, and then tell me about like your special skills. So weaponry can be really good because they need that. Like, oh, I can handle guns and knives. If you ride a motorcycle, if you drive cars, sometimes that can be good. Like any kind of like karate or, you know, anything like that can be really good because a lot of them want to do like sci-fi stuff and things like that. You know, and also like, you know, I'm really good at weird costumes. I probably wouldn't say that for a student film because you might find yourself standing in, you know, Death Valley all day with a spacesuit on. So, right, don't offer your blood, but Right, but tell them about what your special skills are, okay? So dare to suck in your first one that you're going to post on the I Love Actors Facebook group. Like, it's okay if you're bad. I would rather have you put it out there than be scared that you're going to be bad, because we're all bad when we try anything that we've never done before. And if you guys already have yours ready and you want to put up there on the I Love Actors Facebook group and show everyone what you've got ready, that's very lovely to do for your fellow actors. No one can steal from you because they won't ever be as good as you, and they aren't you. So don't worry about that. We don't want to have this like atmosphere out there of, actors hiding their shit from other actors, because that's like what they taught us to keep us down on the farm. They did it to women too in America, a lot of people. But anyway, but what they taught us as actors is how to keep each other down, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to share what we're doing and give, because give always gets you back. All right. So just sales is service and a pitch is sales. Okay. All right. So everyone is clear about that. Pitch is a sales. What you're doing is you're showing them how you fit in the movie, TV show, commercial they're getting ready to direct tomorrow or down the line. Because the more that you tell them specifically, the more they catalog it in their memory. And then when they need it, they recall it. So the more you're specific, the more likely they are to catalog it. And then when they need it, recall it. All you're doing is offering up a clear-cut thing, right? Okay. And we talked a lot about brand last week and all of that. We're not, for some of you, listen, here's the thing I want to say. On Friday at the event, you might have some big ahas for yourself around who you be and what your brand is. So don't be afraid to adjust your pitch if you do get that. Because you are going to get everyone's emails that give them to us the next day. So you can always send out a recorded pitch, based on what you learned, or if you didn't feel like it went well, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. But do another pitch video and say, hey, I met you on Friday, or on Sunday, yesterday in Valerie's room or whenever, right? And I wanted to introduce myself again to you. And you can go right into a pitch right there. So even if you feel like you suck on Sunday, which I don't bless that on anyone, but I'm just saying, if that's the feeling you had when it's over, right, then I want you to realign yourself on Monday morning and get up and do another pitch and record it and send it out when you get the names. Okay. All right. So if you are not joining us this weekend, then you can do a pitch for someone else or for a group of people, like a general pitch, right? So what would be a general pitch for a group of people? So say that you were going after the horror audience and you're like, hey, my name is Valerie. I'm showing you an example. Hey, I'm Valerie Hubbard. I've been doing horror movies since the dawn of time. Some of my most famous ones are Flesh Eating Mothers and Resident Evil Extinction. And I did True Blood. And so I've done a lot of horror type things, American Horror Story. And so I really wanted to introduce myself to you, because if you need this, and this is what I play, which I'd go into that like I already did for you guys, then I'd love to talk to you. So I send that, I could send that to 500, casting directors that cast horror. Now if it was John Carpenter or someone like that, and I would do a specific video for him, right? Just because I would, right? So, I have a secret about John Carpenter. It doesn't have to do with me as an actress, but it has to do with someone I do know. Okay. That's exciting. So, all right, so that's the assignment. That's what I want you to do. Who has a question about pitching? I know you're gonna have a million questions. Yes, Audrey, come on down. Hello? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Let me try Hadas and then I'll come back. Hadas,
Hi, Valerie.
hello.
Of course, I did the agent pitch fest back in July, and
Yeah.
I was thinking in the aftermath of it that I might have, I don't know if pigeonholed myself is the right,
No such thing. Don't think that way. That's
right.
not a helpful thought.
I'm just wondering if I guess I'm trying to work on how to broaden how I represent myself, just in terms of what I say.
Yeah, again, a bad word. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So I'm just gonna go back through the restaurant analogy. Right? Remember, like a restaurant, when they're advertising to you, a customer to come in the door,
Mhm.
right? It's it's a name. It's something to latch onto. It's a feeling. It's like, what do I get when I get you?
Certainly.
Okay, so how do you define that?
So I'm just worried that I might have left too much of my essence out of my branding pitch, if that makes any sense. Just because I tend to
me
get
hear.
a lot of so what I had initially, I'll kind of compare it to what I've been ruminating on, if that's
Yes.
okay. So I had the competitive coworker who is, dead set on getting ahead, doesn't mind stepping on toes, but the second you get a couple drinks in her, oh my God, she has a heart, but I was wondering if maybe just, I'm trying to find I guess.
So those are log lines. So
Right.
maybe you turn the log line into you're definitely, a word that I would use for you is snappy. You definitely have a snap about you, almost like a snap, crackle, and pop, right? And so, I usually play someone's opinionated and always has a little bit of an attitude. I excel in comedy. I'm imagining what I would say about you. And so, right. So that's the conversation. So I recently played, right? And you could even make that log line into a lie. This is what I'm talking about, line. I recently played this chick. So you're giving an example of the snap, crackle, and pop, right? So you're giving an example of the characters that you play that fit that, right? But when you open your mouth, because you have a very tinny sound, you are very Kristen Chenoweth a little bit, Amy Poehler, you have that, they both have that, right? And they have that sort of, right? And, you have, it's sort of like you're a cross between them. Is that the kind of casting that where do you live? I forget.
I'm in New York. I get a lot of professional type, and it tends to be sort of she's type A, the word I get very often is crisp.
Yeah, that's a great word for you.
So I get a lot of sort of, she's type A, you would think that she has it together, but behind the scenes, she's an emotional mess, kind of just hanging on. If I were to give an example of one I just played, she was kind of an underdog public defender in this case, where she doesn't stand a chance, but was kind of determined to look on the outside like she had it all together.
Got it. You're okay. So can I just tell you one thing?
Sure.
I'm going to give you one piece of advice on IMDb Pro. What's your goal, by the way? What is your dream?
My big pie in the sky ultimate
Yeah.
to win an Emmy.
Okay, great. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get rid of all those freaking headshots on IMDb Pro.
Okay.
Leave 2 maybe. And I want you to get some screenshots, even if you don't have do you have a reel? Do you have a reel?
I'm working on getting it together. It's finally sort of starting to bear fruit.
Okay, so let's think about this. I want to just tell you how to ask. let's think about like one clip at a time. That's it. Just someone to, right? So yeah, okay. So that's a perfect example. So you're just trying to get that first major credit. So you go, I get a lot of this. I don't know that you have enough evidence to really know that yet. What I think is like, you have to be really, what I know is that you have to get really clear so they get clear. So then you start getting the jobs that you're going to get. Like it's like this fear of like, oh, I'm going to miss out, like the FOMO thing. When the truth of it is that if you're specific and pigeonhole and all those words that you're afraid of, if you're specific, you're more likely to get hired. And how do I know that? Because I've been worked with thousands of actors and I have seen that over and over and over again, right? And so this snappy, crisp chick that you're talking about, she's in like, the issue is that you're really good for comedy and you're fucking in New York right now. And I would say that if I were you, I would add all those people in California. It doesn't matter that you're in New York. Add those people in California, all the producers and the creators of comedy, add them to your list. Because right now you have like, I don't even know if it's still shooting Good Fight or if something like Politician was here. Like the dramedy shit is where your jam is going to be.
Yeah.
And so you have this too crisp voice. You're never going to fucking do Law and Order. Like, it's just not, I mean, maybe, but like, that's like you trying to go, how tall are you?
I'm very short. I'm
Okay, then that's like you going to try to play basketball,
sure. Yeah.
right? It doesn't make sense, right? Like go to the things that are going to hire you. You're like a flea bag, kind of like you're that, you know, you are much better for comedy. You have that about you. And the fact that your name is Hadass is really fucking good right now because it also gives you a little bit of an edge. You just need to sell to the right people that are going to buy you.
Mhm.
Because, you know, I believe that comedy, like Sarah, you should be selling to her, not Sarah. I always call her Sarah because, you know, I can't think of her name right now, but anyway, you should, you know, there's a lot of people you could be selling to that would help you to get that first thing. Because a lot of times the reason we're not working, and everyone, I hope you're listening to this, the reason we're not working is because we're either selling very generally to like whoever, right? Just throwing it out, like it's like throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. Or we're selling to a very, very like one office. Right. So it is a numbers game, but let's be specific. Like Hadass, you could be selling to like 5,000 people in LA that would hire you. Right. And it doesn't matter where we live anymore, you guys. This is the best part of what happened during COVID. Go sell yourself. Go out now. If like, obviously, and also, by the way, do you have commercial agents?
No.
Oh my God.
I've
Again, what are you doing? Are you union?
no.
What?
I've only been at it for about a year. I've done things, they just aren't listed on IMDb because
No, that's fine. But IMDb is where everyone goes, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys always ask me like, well, what about a website? No one fucking cares about your website. You need to make everything as accessible to whoever you're selling to, as you know, like how many of you guys have gone to buy something on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok? You've hit the buy button and then they made it overly complicated and you ended up going out because you couldn't buy it, right? So you think about that as you selling to people, right? Like if they have to go look for your reel or go look for a clip, show them, right? And so I would say, you know, Hadass, I would say like, you know, hey, I'm Hadass and I'm an actress in New York. And, you know, I tend to play the clippy kind of, you know, and go there, describe that girl and then say, you know, use your log lines that you used last times as roles you just played or something like that.
Okay.
So you really drive home the point. Like, oh, because like if you see 100 actors, you guys, you remember someone that's specific.
Mhm.
You don't remember the general shit. You don't. No one does. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, let me call on someone. Oh, all of the people that have their hands up have already shared. So, Brock, go ahead.
Hello, Valerie.
Hello, darling.
Yeah. Okay. My question is about for the pitching. Is it okay to like dress the parts? Like, let's say, for example, I'm selling something that has to do with the James Bond, Jason Statham, Idris Elba kind of
Yeah.
like the
So
guy who
I
comes in a
think,
suit. Yeah.
don't try to get too much in that description of like Idris Elba, all that stuff. Don't worry about all that. Just say, you need a bad guy for your film or your TV show or your commercial that you're casting. That's me. I play the bad guy. I'm that guy that does this and this and this and does this. I'm that guy that does this and this and this and does this. I've done that so far in a few movies and I would love to work with you. Thank you. My name again is, and then tell them your name. So especially spell out your first name like A-B-R-A-K, right? A-B-A-R-K, right? R-A-K, A-B-R-A-K, like tell them
Okay.
their name because they're going to be seeing like a bunch of actors and they're like, oh yeah, I like that guy. What was that? That black guy. There's like a bunch of black guys that are going to be at the event. So, your name makes you stick out. So just make sure they hear that and just tell them about you, the bad guy. Don't worry too much about it, right? All they're doing is like looking at all of you guys, and a lot of them are casting commercials, films, right? Oh my God, he seems African. He seems like I need him because I have this African thing happening in my, and we see a lot more of that, obviously, right? We see a lot of happening. So someone might actually call you because of that. So you don't work too hard. You have what they want right now. Right? So use this time with us as you're learning from me the next year, because you're going to be around the year, right?
Yeah.
Use this time to, just really realize, oh, okay, so I see myself, I went and saw last night or Saturday night, the Woman King, right? And so be aware of like, oh, well, maybe I should go. Viola Davis has a production company. Okay. I had a client that got a meeting. You'll meet her at the Game Changer. I had a client that got a meeting with someone in Viola Davis's production company.
Oh. Okay.
Right. And she got a Zoom meeting with him. Right. So, there's a first target for you, right? Oh, Viola Davis would be a good person for me to know, right? Jordan Peele would be a good person for me to know. Go there first.
Okay.
Right? I mean, because that's an easy hire for you. Who are the casting directors? Aisha Coley, that's who cast the Woman King. Okay, so write your names down. For all of you guys, do not learn these names. This is part of being in your business. If you are playing football, I have a couple of football players I work with. When they're going to play a game, what do? They watch the footage of the team that they're going to go play against.
Yes.
You guys need to know who are your people, right? Oh, I need to know that casting director, right? Like that director, that producer. Right. That's why we asked you to write these lists, because we want you to start thinking like that. You have to think about your customers, you guys, every day. Okay. All right. Good. All right. One more. I have to leave early today because, well, not early, but just on time. Hi, Karen. Karen, my darling, how are you?
I'm fabulous. My question is very quick.
Okay.
So, just wondering if we should be putting who we're training with or what training we have as far as
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think so. It doesn't matter because they don't care.
Cool.
Your customers don't care. They care about, they do care about credits because that gives them, like if they're a young Well, I find a lot with the young filmmakers, they haven't learned how to go through the process of casting really yet. I used to teach that at a film school. You know, I used to teach young filmmakers how to cast their projects, right? So like, that's something that they're not really that good at. So just remember that. So it's kind of like you're a little bit of a kindergarten teacher with everyone. But I also, you know, I just think like they care about what to do with you. Right? And can you do the job?
Gotcha.
You know, now on day one of the Game Changer, we're going to look at a couple of, which you guys have seen. I think you've seen them, Karen, but a couple of the sample videos. One is Scott and the other one is Kelsey Edwards, who is an amazing person on TikTok. She's a great example on TikTok. If you guys want good examples of someone that is actively using their brand in a different way on TikTok, her whole TikTok is about helping young preteen girls, you know, make smart decisions and be good girls and all that. That's her whole thing. And her brand is like Nancy Drew. So how perfect is that? Like it all goes together. So if you guys get a chance, that's someone that Kelsey Edwards, who was a client and did a lot of social media for us. She's phenomenal. Go check her out on TikTok. That's a perfect example of brand and mission and sort of, because one of the other things we're going to take a look at in the Game Changer is what is your why? Ooh, that's a big question, right? Like what's the dream and what's the why? So I really want you guys to think about that because I've been thinking about it. I started looking at the program today. I mean, I wrote the program for 3 days, but I really started to look at it and like, you know, rehearse it like a good actress. So like find the things I want to say to you during those 3 days. All right, you guys, listen, I have to go meet with Sarah. So listen, get your tickets before Wednesday if you are joining us. If not, work on that, get those videos up and tag us, and hopefully the coaches will be on there giving notes as well. So, because I'm getting crazy around here. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.